So here we are in Fontana, the fourth location, and we're going to be taking our hammer back from Warren because we're not going to be sending him out this time. He's much too weak to survive. We're going to leave him at the car where he won't die. And we're going to take our hammer back and put some of our ammo and other junk into our inventory, clearing up space for us.
Yeah, place is lousy with eaters. Something's got them bowed up. At least it's a little quieter.
So we don't have a general objective for the level yet, but the idea here in the early section is just to make our way to a diner.
This time.
And there are several ways to make our way to the diner, the easiest of which is simply to avoid these zombies entirely, run straight past them and close the diner door behind us. But instead I'm going out of my way to attack the zombies. This is not for any strategic purpose, but because I wanted to get used to how the hammer swings again. We're going to be using it for a bit still. I also wanted to demonstrate that if you're dealing with a small number of walkers, you don't have to approach them cautiously at all. You can simply walk right up to them and beat them around. You do have to back away a bit when they start to run toward you, but for the most part, as long as they're in reasonable numbers and at a reasonable distance from each other, you don't have much to fear. It's hard to view them as a threat unless they're in incredibly large numbers. The diner's just up ahead. We do have a couple more walkers in our way, though. These ones are a little closer together, so we probably will get hit a couple of times, but still nothing we couldn't handle, and we do have an incredible surplus of healing items.
Oh man, I needed that.
Alright, buddy. It's okay. We're gonna get through this. Hey, a little help over here?
This room can actually be a little tricky depending on what items you have and how you choose to tackle it. If you want to, you can get all the walkers in one big grapple chain, assuming you're really good at the QuickTime events. This is also an acceptable place to use your shotgun, as none of the walkers outside the diner will make their way in here if you use the shotgun in here, making it one of the few places it is okay to use ranged weaponry. Or you can do what we're doing right here and just tank it because we have a lot of healing items. Any of these solutions are acceptable.
Shh, stay quiet, Noah. Calm and thanks. From both of us.
He bit?
Gunshot. Some crazy asshole is sniping at us. And car alarms. I dragged Noah in here, they followed.
Who's us? You two?
Got a whole team out there. Or did. We scavenged supplies for the local survivor camps.
There's survivor camps?
Yeah. The military supplies some of them with weapons, meds. There's a big one at Cherokee Hills Sawmill. We were doing pretty well until that psycho sniper showed up and brought a whole mob of biters down on top of us. We got split up, pinned down, killed. I need to get my people together. One of my runners, Mia, is holed up in the theater across the street. Help her out and I'll make it worth your while. Trade you one of those. Lots of goodies in there, hillbilly. Just tell her Scout sent you.
I'll think about it.
So to put it nicely, this is where things in the story can get a little bit fucky, depending on what you choose to do. Right now we're supposed to be searching for Merle, but if we want to, we can go find Scout's friend Mia, and we will do this. Things don't get fucky until after we find Mia, however. Mia is in the movie theater, and the easiest way to get inside is just to dash straight over and duck in.
Mia!
Mia is behind a locked door that won't actually unlock until we search a bag in this room here.
Looks like the one Scout had. Mia? Nah, ain't much in it.
Oh, don't shoot me!
Hey!
Get away from me, you asshole!
I ain't the asshole you're worried about.
Who are you then?
I'm a different one. See? Not me. The Scout asked me to come look in on you.
You know Scout? She sent you?
Yeah, she's across the street, in that diner.
Oh, thank God. I thought the shooter... Every time I put my head out, he's all over me. I lost all my gear, so I'm pretty much trapped. The theater's locked up tight since they started loading corpses in there. Exit's blocked, and there's a bunch of them. There's a half ladder down. Clear the way and I can get out and back to Scout.
Let's do it. Gotta get over to the police station, get my brother anyway.
The police station? But that's where that killer is set up. You think your brother's even alive?
Yeah, I got my suspicions.
So we found Mia, and now our goal is to get out of the theater and tell Scout that Mia is alive. We only need to do one of these things, though. Mia is automatically added to our survivor party as long as we find her. We don't actually need to tell Scout that Mia is alive. And if we don't go back to see Scout, it creates some awkward conversations and plot holes later in the story. So of course we're going to avoid going back to see Scout. Instead, we're going to avoid Scout entirely for the rest of the level, head to find Merle, and that'll be the end of things. This room, by the way, can be really difficult, but if you're methodical about your approach, you'll be fine. Just back yourself into a corner, let the zombies come at you slowly, and take them out one at a time. Whatever you do, don't rush straight into the middle of the room. That is a terrible idea. So in case you're curious what would happen if we did go back to see Scout, we would find that Scout is missing from the diner. She bolted on us, left us here. She leaves a note behind telling us to take Mia with us, and keys to a new car. There's also a machete in the freezer behind where she and her friend Noah were hiding. And the machete is one of the earliest weapons that allows you to kill a walker with 2 heavy swings, but we are using the new Game Plus melee perk, so our hammer already allows us to kill a walker in 2 heavy melee swings.
Merle! Dixon! Hey, Merle! Where's the king of the monsters? Come on, Merle. Merle, his natural habitat. Merle. Oh man, you crazy son of a bitch. Where did you get off to from here?
In spite of the police station being rather cramped, it's not difficult at all because there are so few walkers in here, no genuine threat. The next location, however...
My brother, the asshole psycho shooter.
Oh no! Sneaking up, are we? No, no, no! You're never gonna take me back there!
Oh, come on, Merle. It's me, Merle.
What's lower than impersonating a man's long-lost baby brother? You're just trying to gain false entry. That's what you're doing.
Damn it, Merle. I'm just gonna leave you here.
Keep your pants on, sweetheart. I locked this place down pretty good. Them people locked me up for days in the dark with all them abominations. But looky who's just a little bit too smart for 'em.
Bro, you're stir-fried from the sun and the booze and whatever else you've been into.
I do feel a little warm now that you mention it. I sprang myself, see? Established my little sniper's nest right here. And then I commenced to sending them soldiers a-packing. I rang the alarms, calling in the abomination.
Man, those aren't soldiers down there. Just some scavengers trying to help people out. Don't even know who you are.
They're in uniform, ain't they? And they came to take me back to the hole. I'm not going anywhere but Jake's, and that's where you're gonna take me. Come on.
Let's go, you ape. Guess I gotta lug your thick ass back across town. Man, you must be running over 106.
My chair!
Yeah, it'll be here when you come back.
So Mia joined the group, but our current car doesn't have enough seats for both Mia and Warren, so we have to dismiss one of them. We're dismissing Warren, essentially leaving him for dead, and taking Mia because she's healthy enough to scavenge at the next location. Gotta make tough choices. So occasionally when traveling between marked locations on the map, we will run into an event. We can either have our car break down, run out of fuel, or find an opportunity to scavenge. This time our car broke down. Whenever our car breaks down, we will enter an unmarked area. There are quite a few of these, though they can be recycled. When we're in an unmarked area, our goal is simply to follow the compass and find the missing part, so that way we can fix our broken down car. This same situation would occur if we were to run out of fuel, only instead of looking for a part, we would be looking for fuel. That's the only difference, really. We just have to follow the compass straight to the missing part. I don't know why I'm dicking around fighting more zombies, but I'm sure I had some reason. Past me works in mysterious ways. A big distinction the unmarked locations have from the regular levels is that these unmarked locations have infinitely spawning zombies. Now, in some marked locations, there will be infinitely spawning zombies in specific areas, but all of the unmarked locations seem to have infinitely spawning zombies. This can make them somewhat more difficult than the regular levels. But they're also shorter, so I suppose it's a fair trade-off. Here I was just very confused about where exactly the arrow was pointing. It turns out it's pointing behind this wrecked car, but I couldn't notice that at first. As soon as I turn around, though, I see it, but seems like an odd place for a spare tire to be sitting. Anyway, now that we have the part, we return to the car and go back on our journey. This is how all unmarked locations work, and there are quite a variety of them, but they're all repetitive in the tasks they give you.
Merle, man, I gotta tell you something. Something happened, bro.
I got it. Full-bore, flesh-eating apocalypse.
Yeah, but we were up at Jess's camp house when the eaters came down on us. We never heard anything about them. They tore us up. Jess and me, we were the only ones to get out.
Where's the old man?
He was up at the camp house, too. He didn't make it, bro.
He's dead? The old man's dead? You let the abominations get him? Did he turn into one? Did you let that happen too?
No, we gave him mercy.
What'd he say? What did he say?
He said, tell Merle I'm proud of him. Merle?
What'd he really say?